Let's go into that haunted house. Oh boy. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Bendy and the Ink Machine. Last time we ended up becoming the errand boy for Miss Alice Angel, and she seems to be quite vindictive and entirely unstable, to the point of taking Boris from us, and while we seem about to get him back, something tells me we can't take that promise at face value. So let's get on the ride.
And now, the ride truly begins, Henry.
That slow opening door.
And pretend it's all just a bad dream.
My God. You know, it's a whole different thing with the added real tension.
How so much can fall apart so fast. We never really had control of the studio. Either you were in someone's pocket, or you were putting someone into yours. I just wanted what was promised to me. I just wanted to be beautiful. Surely you can understand that. Henry, why are you here? We're all dying to find out. Do you just enjoy the terror of the drop into hell? Because if that's the case, hang on tight. I've got a surprise.
Look at these portraits. This is where the room would begin stretching, huh? Even in the soundtrack, the inspiration is quite clear. Ooh, can we put our arms and legs outside the vehicle and grab the bacon soup we can? Maybe that was a mistake. Are those flashlights over there? I really would like to use those. This is where you'd hide a draw.
Boris! No, what has she done to you?
I knew she couldn't be trusted.
New and improved Boris. I took what I wanted, and in return, I gave him so much more. And this time, there's no ink demon, no escape. Boris, tear him apart. Leave nothing.
Oh, he can cleave straight through the props, and I cannot run very fast. Nor can I actually climb up on this pile. That's usually a pretty good exploit for dealing with NPCs. You're a bullfight. Okay, I need to get you to ram into something. God, that is awful. All he wanted to do was accompany me. This way. First thing that jumps out is into the organ. But that did nothing. Okay, well, look, there's one of these things right here. Can I make something to help me? I would need to get some ink. Maybe I can get it off of you when you stop moving? Nope! No, and in fact it seems to reset your timer. Where do I get ink? There's some right there, I think. Got it, and it's gone. You'll vomit it up, is that what's happening? There's nothing there. There we go. It's after you land. We need you to move, but we need to not go too far. Alright. You're fairly easy to avoid. Problem is going to be using this. A bone? A mug? Okay, I'm going to have to get out of the way. We can start breaking stuff for ourselves. We can grab that. I can't pick up the flashlights. Alright, come on, give it to us. Put that in there. Get that. Hey, you're a wolf, right? Maybe you like bones? We need to figure out what it is we need. Ugh. Maybe we can pick it up and throw it? Not while you're that close, that's for sure. Okay, grab these whenever we can. This is just awful because it's a boss I do not want to fight. I mean, your ink. Can this be reversed in some way? No, it does not seem like I can do anything with it. Gear? No. It's kind of hard to look around and tell what's going on. No, this doesn't do anything. Alright. Can we break? I hope it's not you. Oh, it is you. Now here's the next phase. What are you letting in? This is gonna be much harder to avoid. Maybe we'll need to make different things at different times, but we're just frantically messing with this machine. Come on, do your jump. Your jump. I've got the pipe. You do your thing. Ow. And here it comes. Okay, so I think that's where my problem is. I don't see the logic in how that gets things like that to happen. Oh no. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's instant death. I can't avoid it though. Hello? Has the game crashed? I think the game crashed. I can try pausing it to leave, but it keeps resetting my mouse. This is, oh my god, what kind of state is this game in? Come on. I can't click anything either. I have to come all the way back here. I have to go through all that again. Oh my god. Alright, that's 2. Let's see if we can make this happen. Now you're gonna do the thing. You're gonna go try and pick that up. We need to have our pipe ready. Let's put you in. Just make it. That's really the only useful thing in here. I thought we were gonna need to use like different items. Come on. You're gonna toss that thing my way. Maybe I can just stop you from doing it? I guess not. Hello? It's just not there. Whatever you threw up is just not there. Yeah, you're just not throwing it up now. Hey, it broke again. It broke again. Okay, that didn't work that time. Wait, maybe if I can stand here, I can exploit that? It seems like it is able to break this thing, but not the other things, and you'll always throw from the same place. We know that on the third throw, you'll... What is happening to me? This might be our exploit. This might be what we need. We've been bugged out of this several times already, making this whole sequence take half an hour. But I guess it's only fitting that this should be solved by a bug as well. Come on. Okay. You should have problems now. Hit you? Maybe we have to hit from the front? Come on. Wait, no, you're doing it every time now. I'm not gonna make it in time, so I have to wait for you to do it again. Okay, you're doing that. We jump in front. Hit you! And that's all. Finally. X's to X's, sludge to sludge. And... You may have died, but you've come back as and with an angel. I've got to hear what happens here. Oh, don't tell me it froze. Chapter 5. The Last Reel.
I know that song.
Everyone knows that song. Who are you? Why are you here?
I was invited by an old friend. And now I can't leave.
Then you know more than we do. 1 minute, we don't even exist. Just... thoughts. And the next minute, this place.
Are you gonna let me out of here?
Down here, strangers aren't good things. How can we trust you? We don't even know what you are.
My name is Henry. I used to work here.
I honestly don't know my name. So, they call me Alice. But I'm no angel.
You sure
go
seemed
back
like
and
one a
rest.
minute ago.
We'll talk again later. It's only for a few hours. No need to worry. I won't go far. Only up to level 6. Just stay here. Keep an eye on Henry, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise.
So, you're not my Boris, you're a different Boris.
Henry? Here, you must be hungry. Sorry, it's all we have.
Yeah, my Boris wouldn't treat me this way.
I know you're watching me. It's just a little creepy.
You're the one that writes on the walls.
We all do. For some poor souls down here, it's the only way they can be heard. But you don't want to touch the ink for too long. It can claim you. Pull you back. That's how I met Tom. I was messing with things I shouldn't have been, and he was there.
Why do you call him Tom?
He just seems to respond to it.
Well, I don't think he's very fond of me.
Let me show you something. A while back, I was mapping out one of the upper levels when I noticed something reflecting off a piece of glass. I held up the glass, looked through, and on the wall behind me was a hidden message. Right there, in plain sight. So I kept looking, and found more and more messages everywhere in the studio. But you can't see them with your eyes. Only through this. Take a look. I don't know who's leaving them, but I think they know how to get out of here.
Where does it all lead to?
Nowhere. I followed them for a long time. Just leads me in circles. I don't think I meant to leave this place, Henry. But maybe you are.
Alice, please let me out of here.
Tom thinks you're dangerous.
And what do you think?
I think you're the hope I've been waiting for. Go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be better.
You had to know that was back there, right? But it's not just the invisible ink on the walls. You had a halo.
Now that he's seen you, it's only a matter of time before he finds us here.
You want to keep me in the loop? I mean, if I'm your best hope and all.
We can't just leave him. Not with the ink demon right outside the door.
What's going on?
He's coming. We have to move on. Tom, we have to let him out. I'm sorry.
This whole thing was ill-conceived. Right from the start. You knew this would happen, and this is what you've done. Why are you acting like there's a controller attached? I can right-click to bring that up. There's always hope. Take the spoon. It's inside the vault. Right here is our coffin. Let me out of here. So many questions. Don't go through the door. What door? Escape. Follow me. Trust her. There's so many conflicting messages here. But the spoon knows all. Yes, it does. We really never played around any more than that? Look inside. You'll need this. Yes, I will. If only have waited around for 2 seconds, or if we could have used what we already had to prepare even slightly. We'll need to try this everywhere. Look, even the fish seem to be inky. Okay, we still have all these normal threats to worry about. I forgot things beside the axe don't kill you instantly. So Tom. Do we know a Tom? Have we heard any on the logs? I honestly don't retain a lot of names. But I'm more interested in what she is. I mean, a product of the sludge? Maybe mapped onto an actual person? In her case, it seems like the role chose her rather than the other way around, which is what we've seen with the others. You guys ain't very easy to see in here. But so long as we wait a moment. It's not really a big deal, the damage we take. That boss fight was, like, truly awful. Almost as awful as being left for dead much sooner than I predicted, so I guess it spares us a choice. At least there's another boat to follow you with. Do I need to use you again? Each stage of the way. Well, we've been on the track ride. Now it's time for the boat ride. Oh, who can even conceive of what'll happen in these nightmarish tunnels? Huh. We have to hold it down. We can look around, but we can't look away. Doesn't seem like there's any steering. We're entirely on rails.
Sounds like something's stuck in the paddle wheel.
In a river of ink. The thing these are made out of? Well, hang on. Go, 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 go. Oh my god, that's not good. Hit. Hit. Are you good? Keep going. Oh my god, it's like all the nightmares I used to have about the Jaws ride. God rest its soul. I can't look around, but I can hear it moving back there. Again. You're so clearly doing this on purpose. I don't think I'm moving fast enough to be anything more than a game to you. There we are again. These things don't work so well in ink. Who'd have thought? Not looking. These flickering lights, they just don't do the trick. You know that? One of these days I'm going to come back here and something's going to be waiting for me as I turn around. Or start right as I'm slapping the first of those things away. I'm just saying, it's getting me used to the idea of repeatedly stopping, turning around, and then turning back, and it's gonna do something with that. Hey, so these tracks on the ceiling seem to go right into this wall. See you back there. What's interesting is that Bendy himself is something they've been saving. I mean, for the namesake of the game, the mascot of the studio, his image has been used surprisingly sparingly. Safe haven just a little bit further. Sight for sore eyes, I'll tell you that. We're done. Don't even care how clogged that wheel is. Although it could always grab us right here. This is the worst part, this is the worst part, this is the worst part, and now I'm willing to call it good. Huh. Hey there, fisherman. Now I'm even more comforted. This place is inhabited by you. Once people, now fallen into despair. Not monsters. You bring death. Once again, mixed messages. Now on two different planes, but it's like you guys were waiting for someone to arrive and you wanted to make it clear immediately that you weren't to be attacked, that you would be friendly if you'd only get a chance. It's oddly peaceful down here, for as ramshackle as all this is. But I'm worried that they're right, that we do bring death. We're not able to intrude at this moment. Now, something I've been thinking about, the creator. I had speculated at first that, like, the obvious thing is that it's this Drew figure, but it could also be whatever well this draws from, and whatever that power is. Could also be us. I mean, we were established to have been an animator, but what if we were, like, the animator? The one who came up with the characters? I don't know if there's anything, like, further back that would contradict that. But it's possible that we're something of a second coming. That we're the one who's prophesized. Monster.
I trusted you. I gave you everything. And you left me to rot. Why?
Sammy? You're pretty much gonna hit me every time. There's no soup anywhere either. I can, however, pretty much keep away from you indefinitely, so it basically seems to be a learn-to-kite situation. Ow. But you'll get a lot of hits on us if we try to expedite this process. Hey, fisherman, you want to help out? You don't care. You just care for scaring the fish. Or whatever lurks down there. Oh, I'm a liar, alright. I could just try escaping if this goes on for too long without you dying. You're certainly the hardiest thing so far, including Boris. I've got a weapon. Okay, now things are getting dangerous. Oh!
Don't look at me. Stay away.
That's the ticket. Break the mask. Am I supposed to finish you off, or can I just leave? You oozed out of the vents, huh? Still, it doesn't seem like there's anything more we can do. It seems wrong to kill you now. There's something floating around you. Oh, I had to be in the right spot for the trigger.
Well, I'm going to free you now. Free your head right off your shoulders. Sheep, sheep, sheep. It's time for sleep.
Well, that was brutal.
That was close.
Huh.
You're lucky.
Good thing you had another one. Seriously, what happened there?
Was that him?
I don't think so. The Searchers and the Lost Ones built this place. Sammy must have been keeping them at bay. Now that he's gone. Looks like we're in for a fight. Get ready. Watch out! Here they come!
Here they come indeed. Get them! Get them! Look at this! Fighting in tandem! Sammy keeping all of this at bay, so it seems like the allegiances are a bit more complex than we thought, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna need all of you things to start dying in a much bigger hurry. Oh, you things are coming for me! I'm sorry, are you not the ones that didn't want exactly this sort of incursion? What are you coming after us for? Right, I need to retreat. Problem is, when you're in the middle of it like this, it's pretty difficult to tell if I'm taking damage or dishing it out. The whole screen just turns black. Right, keep backpedaling.
You can do this. Keep fighting.
It just doesn't let up. Yeah, we're bringing death to this place, all right. You're just carrying straight up pipes. Okay, with you guys, as long as we backpedal, we'll be okay. What are you? You're wearing like miner helmets. You're a lot hardier. 4 hits to kill you from the axe. This is much more combat heavy than before. Look at all this. We need some kind of respite.
I think that's all of them. But you never know where they're gonna crawl out
Aggression,
next.
bathe in violence.
Probably best if we stay together from now on. Henry? Think you can lead the way?
I guess we're back to trusting again. I wonder if even you know about the halo. The fisherman's still at it. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, I'm still really confused about how you handed me an axe and then had another one a moment later. Okay, don't look down or swing down or stand on the same board as me, please. But, yep. Good thing I led the way. It's inside the vault. Not even gonna shout down to ask if I'm okay, really? Today's appointments. Please sign in at the front desk on arrival. No appointment, no access. Hackenbush, Bertram Piedmont, rescheduled. Oh, you mean Birdie? F. Fontaine, perhaps Frank. Health and Safety Board agent, E. Missner. Sammy Lawrence, Mr. Drew at lunch. Thomas Connor from Gent. Charles and the Prodigies. MM meeting, the accountant. That puppet guy. Samuel Hayden of the UAC. And Susie Campbell. And we've lost our weapon. Joey Drew Studios is not interested in the acquiring of new properties that are derivatives of existing characters. For best pitch, be early for your appointment, keep pitch under 3 minutes, have your pitch fee check ready. The fee you pay for their time. So this is where we would find the rejects, is it not? We can find some ink, we can make some new things. And from the look of it, we're gonna have ourselves a pipe puzzle. Can't get through there. There is another hiding station right there.
Now that's interesting.
Drain the passage, find the missing pipes. Or we could simply make them.
Progress report to Gent Home Office. Client, Joey Drew Studios. Although we're making progress, the client's expectations keep changing. What started as a machine to simply
The one and only. I've had it all wrong. It's not what it's drawing from, it's the machine itself. Although exactly what it does and where it came from remains a mystery. So we have a gruff voice by the name of Thomas. Sounds like we may have already met. Okay, so we're looking for 3 pipes, a curved one, a straight one, and a T. It's not open just yet, but if we can get some ink... I mean, there should be no shortage, right? Those things will be placed up so that we can see. There are some that they want us to notice. If we could find something, we could maybe hit that lever. You know, something to throw. All the pieces can be made right here. I just gotta try it because I would be really annoyed. Okay, I was gonna say I'd be really annoyed if it turned out this one just lets you dispense. Oh, this opens now even though it didn't before.
Always
Let's
on
clock
time.
in. What's the worst that could happen when you let something out from behind a shutter? I mean, we're only responsible for everything that's happening here right now. What's a little more? We can sort of hide in here, pushing the door through the file cabinet. Something could very easily come out of that vent that Bendy is peering through. Oh, there's a lot of peering. Something's gonna patrol these hallways. 100%.
A small memo to all administration offices. Rumors have begun to fly that we simply can't tolerate any longer. The idea that the company is in some form of financial difficulty is untrue, and the slanders lie against us. It's also been known to me that some backroom incompetents are not trusting in my leadership. As a leader, I'm always steering the boat, guiding our destiny, looking at the big picture. No need for you people to worry about such complicated things. Just do whatever it is you do and trust your leader, which is me.
Not these guys again. I better stay out of sight.
Things we used to be able to handle, but now without a weapon? It's a different story. We don't even have distraction cans. It's actually pretty interesting because I, years ago, heard somebody's pitch for an Outlast game, and they said that you should actually have a gun in the beginning. You go in as like a special forces or police team, and you'll be able to shoot variants for a while, and then you'll lose it early on, and then you're back to doing like regular Outlast things. Give you a taste of power, and then take it away. This game's actually doing it, and you know what? I think I can say the theory is sound.
So it turns out it's my lucky day. I got to clean in some of the offices around 2 a.m. last night. And what do you think I find on one of the chairs? A big freaking chocolate cake, just sitting there, practically yelling my name. You know, I work hard. I earn my pay, every darn dollar. But you know what this company's missing? Little benefit and points. And this here cake, it's a point. Hopefully no one finds out what I've done. Because if they did, I can tell you what would happen. I'm out of here.
Might be the best thing for you at a certain point. Seems like your patterns are pretty set, though. I'm thinking we probably have to find some way to get ink to come out of those pumps. You guys are crisscrossing, though. Yep. Oh, great. So what do I do once you start chasing me? Will you follow me back here? You will. You totally will. But past experience says you don't care if I get in here. You'll just leave. That might throw off your timings. It's interesting that you guys modify yourselves with parts from just around, things you scavenge. From what I remember, you're not the most perceptive, so we can do that fairly easily. Let's open things up, listen out for you. It's also a question of which way you're traveling. There's another hidey box here! Come on. Patrolling enemy segments, they do get a bit tedious after a little bit. Once you know what the drill is. Crap, where was it? It was in that room, wasn't it? I have not broken line of sight. There is no doing it without the box. Yep. Huh, like employee panic rooms, huh? That's right, get out of here. We'll open every door along the way. Office of Joey Drew. This is the end point. One of you guys is out there, though.
I know how much this part means to you, Susie. Alice means a lot to me, too. Gosh, all of my characters do. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I, too, really believe my characters are more than just drawings. They're alive. They're part of us. And I want people to know them as well as I do. I want people to be able to shake their hand, spend an afternoon with them, love them. Susie, I'll be straight with you. I'm putting together a small project, a little ceremony, if you will. Works. A lot of dreams will come true. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to bring Alice to life once again. What do you say?
You phrase it just like that. And when you say this ceremony, this thing, I can't help but think back to that one puzzle in the beginning. The waits to appease the gods and get the ink machine going. Hi, yes. I know. Look at that. A section of wall is just removed. Just removed so we can see the cave rock behind it. Kind of puts the whole rest of this facility into perspective. This might as well be the hive. Let's do some science. Let's study you. We don't see anything in the scanner. Maybe we can use this in one of the rooms with the spouts? I'm not even bothering with the hiding anymore. It's a lot easier just to run through and let you do your thing. Yeah, and you'll do your little gosh dang it, and off you'll go. This might be new.
Listen, Tommy, I know you boys over at Jet are doing your best, but I'm paying for living attractions, not weird abominations. Whatever that grinning thing was I saw wandering around your office, you better keep it locked up tight. I realize it was the first attempt, but imagine if the press caught sight of it. Might scare off investors. And in response to your previous memo, if you claim that your failures are because these things are soulless, then damn it, we'll give them a soul. After all,
I'm gonna ask you to elaborate on that. This wasn't the intended result, but it doesn't seem like the intended result was much better. There's gotta be something here we can use. Back to your office. Oh wait, this one's working. Can we not maybe fill up while we're here? No, we just have to grab them one at a time? Okay. Well, like I said, it's way easier and faster to just run by you and hide. Hi. Just go past you. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And hide. And I'm out. Yeah, this game, it becomes a lot less scary once you realize, A, that it's really easy, and B, that things are more tedious than anything. Put you there. We need one of yous. The only one that would be a waste to make is the four-way. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Well, never mind. Things just got a little more interesting. The demon's back. But I've yet to see him. He didn't walk through, but it's like he was very, very close the entire time. Now that's really cool. I really like that effect, because even when you're just hiding and you're pretty sure you're safe, you can still see those edges lapping at the container you're hiding in. It adds a lot of tension. That! Funny thing is, we also had the Feel Familiar booth from a while back, indicating that maybe they're not always safe, not from him. Grinning monstrosity. The ink demon, I think, is the first Bendy. Oh wow, you keep up with me remarkably well. That's your lot in life. Always frustrated. There's just not a whole lot you can do about me. Anyway, right there. And now we gotta run back. I'm not gonna lie, this does feel quite a bit like padding. Alright, so there you go. There you go. And we just need one more. You can carry multiple completed pipes, but you can't carry the resin that makes it. Howdy. I wasn't hoping to track you right away. Yep. Ow. Come on, let's get a train going, all three of you. Oh, no, you were smart enough to jump into my way. They're evolving, they're progressing. More ink blob. Let's go. I feel like a teacher leading little kids on a school trip, you know? Come on, children, it's our tour of the ink factory. Maybe you can even pitch an idea while you're here. What does this train look like when it's chasing us? Oh my god. You are a lot closer than I thought. That one made a last-ditch effort to get me. It's slower, so it's just shambling away, all dejected. Now, just need the T intersection. Thank you. There we are. All pipes restored. Although it certainly doesn't look safe. You don't want to touch it for too long, that's what we were told. But the vault's already been broken into.
Looks like whatever was here was taken long ago.
Nice of you to join me.
Get down here.
It pays to carry a rope. You should try it.
Look, I know where we have to go, but it's not gonna be pleasant. The Ink Demon has something that we need. I'm going after him.
You want to go to his lair? Are you crazy? That's death.
That's where the trail seems to lead.
Well, it's probably close by. Probably through that door. But it won't be easy to open. I'll need 3 gears, a crowbar, some kind of counterbalance. Huh. Well, that works too. I guess.
Yeah, let's go. Glad we have old Tom here. But I'm not sure to what extent I trust you. I figured there'd be something here. The demon has taken it. Can't do anything about the projector being on, but hey, it's like the animation just leaps off the cell. You guys would have been real useful a second ago.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
Excuse me? We can't be... What? We can't be back where we were.
Quiet. Don't make any noise.
You're the very definition of a hostile presence. The whole world grows darker, the walls ooze in your presence. It's certainly a good way to make a character feel threatening. And we know so little about you. That's one of the other cool things about it. You've only showed up a few times, but every time we're forced to stop everything we're doing.
Never seen this before. I don't see any way around. Nothing to build a raft with.
We'll have to wade across.
We can't. We're not like you, Henry. If we go in there, well, a drop of water in the ocean is rarely seen again.
And I guess it's all up to me. And I don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't even know why this is all happening to me.
You're here for a reason, Henry. There's always a reason. Even when you can't understand it. It's time. Set us free.
I just wish I knew what your actual nature is. So this is what we brought up from the depths before. This is what set it free. But of course, we're splitting up again. I don't suppose I can have your other axe? You still won't stop eyeballing me.
They could have at least given me a weapon.
Yeah, I know, right? Of course, it's partly on you for not asking for one. Make them explain why they're not. What are you keeping them for? That's funny. I'm pretty sure I already got the achievement for all audio logs in Chapter 5.
It's simply awe-inspiring what one can accomplish with their own hands. A lump of clay can turn to meaning if you strangle it with enough enthusiasm. Look what we've built. We created life itself, Henry. Not just on a silver screen, but in the hearts of those we entertain with our fancy moving pictures. But when the tickets stopped selling, when the next big thing came along, only the monsters remained. Shadows of the past. But you can save them, Henry. You can peel it all away. You see, there's only one thing Bendy has never known. He was there for his beginning, but he's never seen the end.
The end.
The end. Wanna watch a movie? And here's your one-winged angel form. Oh no. So, no weapon, no items. Levers. We can always try levers. Is there a strategy to this, or... It doesn't feel like if you were chasing me directly, like there'd be much I can do to stop you. Door's opening. But it's not enough, there's nothing here. No, I'm dead. Game, you didn't tell me what any of this was. Lever here. Okay, instant death? I still don't understand what I'm doing. Do I just have to hit every lever so that they'll both open? I guess if I have enough time, I can stay to the side and get out of your way. And we can assume that lightning won't strike twice. Okay, the next door is open. But there's still something missing somewhere. Right here, there's the last one. Now, so long as you don't catch us in a crossing, we should be able to get out, even though it doesn't really look like we should be able to avoid you at all. Whatever, I guess we can. Now we just stay to the side. There's our exit. Oh, wait, there's... Oh, thanks. You're just gonna get this one for me. Who's laughing now? I guess we'll find out. There's another one of those batteries, like in the beginning. So, you gonna bubble up from below or drip from above? There's a lever over there, maybe? Oh my god, we've got to work with this thing. Oh no. What do you want with me? Are you going to be another bullfight? Not so. Or, well, sort of. What is it that we do? Do we pull the batteries? No. Oh, it's just going to be a ring around the rosy game. Well, here we are, trapped forever. Yep. You'll do your charge. We do have a moment to slip out from under you if you're close. I assume you're probably going to be at your slowest and weakest. Right? Nope, it was exactly what I thought. We just needed to get you to hit better. 2. We've got to drop the pressure. Smash. One more. Stay close to it, so if you start your charge early, you'll be facing the right way. I did not want to end up in the dark. There's an open door. This feels like the Alien ride that used to be at Disney World for some reason. Just in the dark with a broken tube. And a creature somewhere afoot. Right here. The end. This is how you were brought to life, and it was the only way to end you. Look at this! We're seeing things realistically for the very first time. I was hoping it would do something like this at some point. I was so hoping that we would get to see that this isn't just a world that looks like this, that he created his own world, essentially. In the end, he brought us here to do exactly this, so maybe there was a change of heart? Or maybe there's something we've still yet to learn. Let me just take this in for a little while longer. How's about? We have our own personal desk. I guess we never stopped. Sketches and concepts. Shotgun. These things mirror our own experiences. I guess we've learned nothing. Are we really going to be bringing this back?
Henry, so soon. I didn't expect you for another hour yet. Now you're just trying to impress me. But I know. You have questions. You always do. The only important question is this. Who are we, Henry? I thought I knew who I was. But the success starved me. Nothing left but lines on a page. In the end, we followed two different roads of our own making. You, a lovely family. Me, a crooked empire. And my road burned. I let our creations become my life. The truth is, you were always so good at pushing, old friend. Pushing me to do the right thing. You should have pushed a little harder. Henry, come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you.
right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
That wasn't how it ends. That's how it began. That was such a cool ending. Now, look, there were a couple of things that didn't really work so well in this part. I feel like that whole end sequence was a little basic, maybe, and the Boris boss fight had some serious technical problems. But they were introducing a lot of really cool story, and I think, obviously, it's the style and the story that really stands out here. And there were still quite a few unanswered questions by the end. At least as far as definitive answers, there's plenty we can speculate on, plenty of evidence in one direction or another about the nature of these creatures, where they come from, what the ink actually is. Something that's interesting is that for all of these characters brought to life, it's Bendy, the demon, that really doesn't look anything like his likeness. Oh, there's more. There's more. You've got a machine of your own. That device. Congratulations on your success. Your best pal, Henry Stein.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
I'm imagining that very likely sets up the sequel. And maybe I'll play that at some point, but in the end, this was something that I'm not sure to what extent I should criticize it, because this was something that was like solidly okay to me. The gameplay was extremely basic, and it felt like there were times where it was crying out for something a little bit more complex. But at the same time, what's there largely works, except for a few like standout technical issues. But I think what really, really tied it all together for me was that ending sequence where we saw things so realistically, because it kind of frames up the entire experience as a deranged fever dream and the culmination of our whole career, all our memories, our relationships with this person. He comes to us like a feeble old man who was once a titan and throws us into this nightmare that, again, is the culmination of our entire life up until this point. And of course, we were a lot more than an animator. We are the co-creator of all of this. While the gameplay itself might be simple, there's actually a surprising amount of depth and complexity to the characters. I mean, we can see how conflicted they are at times, and it's not entirely their fault. You know, some of them brought some of this insanity with them, while others kind of went more deranged from the circumstances they're in and just the reality of what it's like to survive down here. It's kind of like animals in an ecosystem all competing for limited resources, while trying not only to survive themselves, but also to kind of idealize themselves to come into the being that they're meant to embody. That smile never fades, even when the grin itself is the only thing we can see. You've unlocked the Seeing tool in all previous chapters and unlocked the Archives bonus content. Interesting, so there probably were hidden messages all throughout the game. It felt like there were some elements introduced in Chapter 5 that could have used some more time. I mean, having these two allies that have been here for all this time, the halo around Angel Alice's head, I mean, all of these are things that, again, maybe get followed up on in the sequel, but it felt like it was dropping a lot on us, a lot of lore, a lot of characters in the end, and then doesn't really explore them too much. Ultimately, it is that one and only moment that we get to see in the apartment that kind of recontextualizes everything, that reminds us that this isn't what the world is, that what we've been experiencing is an aberration, an abomination. And it ties it all together. I always think that a good twist is one that makes you see things differently when you go back through the work again. And even if it didn't necessarily explain much, I think even having that little bit will change the way I see things going through, especially now that we can literally see things we couldn't before. I just think it's so cool that we learn some things about them through their dialogue, but none of them ever really just sits there and explains things to you, which is really interesting for a game like this. And when it wants to be scary, it's really scary. It's very good at setting things up and sort of molding your expectations and feelings as you go. Alright, if we use the same save, but select Chapter 1...
Alright, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
It was right there from the start. Did we ever really find out who was leaving these? I'm sorry, buddy. Well, that gives us an idea, doesn't it? You know, Joey Drew's character is an extremely interesting one that seems genuinely filled with regret, and yet his deceptive ways continue. Even in his final repentance, Joey Drew's nothings. Death in every direction. Not all dreams come true. Like, God, that's just really cool. The idea that all of this was here from the very start. There never was a choice.
This lift could use a few dry cells.
Listening and always watching. Oh, this is so creepy. This is such a cool feature. He was born here.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
Once again confirming that we are as much the creator as he is.
Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people.
I'm sure there is so much more to find in this game, but I think I'm gonna have to leave it here. Even you have a sense of humor about this. Anyways, maybe the sequel reveals more, but until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Don't be scared. But perhaps I should be.
Oh my God. Joey, what were you doing?
The fact that all this foreshadowing was just unseen by us all this time.